This podcast. I am your host, Anita. I'm going to switch it up a little bit because I want to talk to you about dream that I had and why you should listen to the little nudges that you get. You remember your mom when you were younger? She used to tell you, "Hey, I don't want you hanging out with that girl," or "I don't want you hanging out with that boy." Her intuition was always spot on because later on you would find out, oh my God, this kid or her got in trouble. And your mother was like, "Told you so." I have mentioned on this channel that I am an intuitive psychic. And what that means is, since I was a little kid, I used to hear little whispers. I used to have vivid dreams, and they would come out true. When you are younger, you tend to believe it and you tend to hold on to it. But as you get older, you kind of disassociate yourself with it. You don't remember anymore. You don't remember seeing angels. You don't remember talking to people or anything like that. I ignored those little whispers for so long. And when I started practicing, I started taking classes on opening myself up to that psychic energy, to being able to read and discern what was real and what wasn't. I took those classes to help me learn my gifts, the different ways that I could use it, especially to help others. And that's why this podcast is so important. One morning, I woke up and I decided to start from a time back, writing all of the dreams that I had. And this one was so profound that I had to write it down. And through this moment that I did, a book came out of it. I couldn't ignore the whispers that I was getting, the nudges that were happening, the signs that I was getting that I had to write this book. Accepting the fact that I was a psychic intuitive took me a long time, especially with my own self, because I didn't want to be kind of like used for my gifts and not seen in any other way or any other light. So I became very reserved. I would only tell a certain amount of people. And by all means, it wasn't easy. I had to get used to that. I had to get used to the fact that these gifts were given to me for a reason, and I have to help others as well. Once I stopped running, this story started to flow, and I mean flow from one point to the other point to the other point. But through this whole journey of me writing this story, the essence of the divine is always with me and is also always with you was the theme of this book. When the world went quiet after the pandemic, it took a while before everything started opening back up. I've stumbled upon, like I mentioned, Linda G. Comanche Psychic on YouTube. It was after the pandemic had happened and we started opening back up. And I needed a different way to just feel better and with all the chaos that was happening in the world. And she was a light. She was so funny. She was like that family member that you had that you go to for advice. And the more I started watching her, the more I felt good. I actually did. And she kept saying something over and over again. And for those of you who know what I'm talking about, when you read my book right here, The Whimsical Gifts of Emma, you'll realize how she was also instrumental at the little things that I put in, or like I say, the little Easter eggs. But something that she kept saying over and over again, I added that little line that she said to my character in my book. I've collaborated with her a couple of times, and I just knew that when I did my book, I had to acknowledge her in it because so many people touch you in so many different ways that they don't know. And I want to say thank you to Linda G, as well as with Susan Lynn's Psychic Medium. She's also another one that I was so blessed to have taken classes with her, as well as with Kim Copeland. Both of these ladies I've worked with through their classes, and I recommend. They have such a light to them, and they had to be in my book. I have some things that Susan has said, and you'll see it if you read my book. They're sprinkled in there, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. With Kim, Kim is such a light that anytime that you talk to her, you do classes with her, she's always taking out a crystal. And she is in there because of the crystals, because of her light, that I had to add her in it in my book, The Whimsical Gifts of Emma. Everything finally clicked when I was able to take the big picture and see what I had to do. It did take a long time to write this book, and I'm not saying that it's easy. I know others, it could take even longer, but it did really take me 3 years to write this book. I started writing little by little, and when I wanted to give up, I used to hear that little whisper, keep going, you got this, keep going, keep writing. I would be walking down the street and I would be getting inspiration for it. And so much so that this is a 3 book series, and I'm actually editing the second one that I'm almost about to send to my publisher. And I've been working on the third book for this series. And the third one, I've had to start it 3 times because I'm also learning how to write. I'm learning not to put every little detail of when a person comes out of a car and etc. and everything that goes along with that, because it's not necessary. But those are little things that I've been learning and why it's taking me so long to write. But the essence of the story is still there. It's about a girl. Her name is Emma. She decides on the spur of the moment to take a trip to see her parents. Her parents live in Long Island and she's here in Queens. And fate had other plans in store for her. I mentioned that I didn't want to tell people that I was a psychic intuitive because people just assume, hey, give me the numbers for the lottery, give me the numbers. And that's not how it works. It's funny because my husband tells me that all the time, but it doesn't work like that. I can't read myself, but it's funny. If I pick up or have a sense of something, and I will tell you, it doesn't happen always because I don't feel like that's my path. There's so many other people that can do that for you. My path is more for inspiration, to inspire you, to let you know that there's something higher than ourselves. It's God. It could be the universe or the one source, the one force. There's something higher that's just divine. And you can ask it for help. They're there to help you. I had a dream. This was the dream that I had. But the difference is that I was Emma in the dream. I felt everything that she was feeling from beginning to end. And some of it, as I'm writing, I had to develop the story because you have to outline a story. I use Save the Cat Writes a Novel to plot out all the beats in it and all of the acts in it. And I learned and I learned, and I'm still learning. Every day I learn even more. But I noticed that Emma's not just me. Emma is someone that you know that's in your life. Emma is a little bit in all of us. She has gifts. We all have different gifts. It's not being just psychic, but maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're a teacher. Everyone has a different gift that we came down here to learn and to use to help others and inspire others. And that's just one of it. Her magic is the other. But she is the type of person that she has fears just like we all do. I know I do. I mean, when I started writing this book, I had imposter syndrome, believing something that I'm not, because I didn't automatically assume, hey, I'm an author. I've got this. No, it's a learning experience. Just like how you are raised, you don't know anything and you go to school and you learn. Writing is the same way. You keep writing, you keep editing, you keep learning along the way. These little divine nudges that you get is your intuition. And I know you probably heard people say this, but everyone has intuition. Everybody knows something, and we don't know why we know things that we do. Sorry, my mind is rambling, but my words can't say the same thing at the same time as what my mind is saying. But in essence, it is everyone has that intuition. Women have it, men have it, children have it. Why do you think when you give someone a child to hold, they start crying automatically? They know their intuition is kicking in. They don't want that person to hold them. And these are the little things that we start learning from a little young age that we are, but that we lose it as we get older. But these are the little nudges from the universe, from God, that talks to you. I have a character that's Emma. Emma talks to her angel, and you'll see that character in there. You'll see the reference when I say what I said about Susan Lynn when you read the book. But all of these essence are just to let you know that your angels are there. If you want to ask a question, they're more willing to help you because that's what they're there for. They're angelic. They want you to ask them for help. They want you to feel that you're not alone. And that's why I wrote this book. One, for you not to feel alone, but two, for you to ask for help from your angels, from your guides, from God. It's also a different way that you can see everything is has like threads. One thread touches another thread. We all intertwine, we all intersect each other, and you never know why you decided, like at the spur of the moment, to take this way to go home instead of this one. This is the way that you always go, but for some reason this one day you decided to go this way, and what, you met that love of your life because you decided to change up something. It's like a nudge. It's the little smaller voices that you don't hear that tells you, "Hey, go this way instead of going this way." So many times, I'm always talking about synchronicities and coincidences. Nothing is a coincidence. It's always meant to be. There's so many things that we don't know that the higher realm knows or your angels know. Just know this, you're in the right path. If you're not sure of, ask for a sign. It could be something simple that you can ask that only you will know, that when you see it, you'll know. While I was writing this book, I kept having a sign that kept popping up. Put it in the cover. I have one right here, but just to let you know that I kept seeing a feather. When I wanted to give up, a feather would show up. It's on itself on the floor, and the very strangest places it would show up. And it was just a little glimmer just to tell me, hey, you're not by yourself. Keep going. You got this. And I kept that through from beginning to end of this book. And I'm telling you, the other day I went to get my car's oil change fixed and something happened and I had to go back because they didn't give me what car had as they give you at the end of it. And I remember I was driving along and I said, please, let me know if I'm in the right path with this book, if everything that I'm doing is good and etc. I want to see a feather. Let me see a feather. And I'm telling you, it did happen. I saw the feather. This is the feather. It was in the store's floor. Why would a feather be inside there? Like, how did it get in there? But I did. I asked for a feather, and I'm always getting white feathers. That's why you always see a white feather in my book because it's a sign. It's a sign from the divine that letting me know that you're not alone. And I wanted to share that with you. That was very important for you to know. I say that this book is, if the Good Witch met practical magic and they hooked up together, this is their baby, The Whimsical Gifts of Emma. It's a book that's a slow burn romance with a dash of spice, filled with fate and divine magic. Because you never know what the other person is feeling. You never know what might happen if something were to deter you for your path to something else. Sometimes those little mishaps are what creates the best memories and the best change in your life. And I wanted you to know that. That was the essence of this book, that we're not alone. You're not alone. All you have to do is ask for help. Help will arrive. Your angels and your guides will send people to help you. I'm telling you because when I was writing this story, I didn't know what else to do. I was trying to find an editor, and those little nudges, like, why don't you go and ask here? Why don't you do this here? And through that path, I was able to get the people that I needed to help me edit this book. And through that same path, I met other authors. And through those authors, I don't know, one day I'm listening, kind of like how Linda G says, that man who whispers in my ear. that little whisper in my ear that said, "Hey, why don't you check this author and see who publishes them?" Well, you know what? I did because I had so many rejections. And you know what? I felt like I knew that I wanted not to self publish. I wanted to try to find a publisher to help me. And I did. I found one. I found an author. I checked where publishing company they were with, and I saw that they had eligibilities for submissions, and I submitted my book. Guess what? I got an email not shortly thereafter, and it happened right after Christmas last year. And through that, I talked and I was signed. I was screaming so loud in my head, but I couldn't do that out loud because I was shopping. I was actually returning something that didn't fit for Christmas. I was returning it back into the store when it happened. But I'm telling you, there's always a light. I wanted to give up. I literally said if nothing happened, that was it. I wasn't going to do it anymore because I didn't feel that push, that rush. And I knew that this book that I wrote was a book that people needed to hear, especially when you feel like you're never gonna find that one person, just like how she thought she would never, and how her love interest in the story asked his mother who had passed away when was he gonna find that person, because we are in this world and we always wonder what if, when is that going to happen? It's taking so long. Things happen when they're meant to. That's the biggest model that I have taken upon myself to really embrace to my heart, because it really is when things are meant to be. I'm telling you, coincidences, synchronicities, it all connects. The threads connect. You meet that one person who can tell you about someone else. And through that, you're able to get what it is that you need. And I'm telling you, it happened for me. I learned that putting the hard work does pay off. I'm telling you, people always think that they can skimp upon the easy way, but you know what? Lo barato sale caro. The expensive or the cheap things are always expensive at the end. If you put in the work, truly put in the work with all your heart, you're then able to hold it, the end result in your hand, like how I am. I'm telling you, I was so emotional when I finally got my book last weekend. I was crying. I couldn't stop. I started recording a video of me opening it up, and I literally had to stop. And I remember that I went up to my husband because I wanted my husband to see I'm a Scorpio. So Scorpio people, you know what I'm talking about. We don't say anything until it happens. Well, I finally had it in my hand, and that's when I started talking. But the dedication, everything that I wrote to the dedication, everything that I wrote to my family, to my husband, like, I couldn't get it out. I was crying so hard. He thought that something had happened to me, and it was just me being so happy and showing him this book that I worked so hard for, because I know it's gonna change mindsets. It's gonna change the way that you view things, and that was the essence of Anita Inspires. I'm here to inspire you that if I can and I put in the hard work, you can too, and that we're not alone. The divine is always around us. All we have to do is just ask. I literally said, please let me see a feather. Let me know that I'm in the right path, that this is what you want. And I literally found that feather. I'm telling you, I started laughing at myself because this happens all the time now. You can have that happen to you as well. I am manifesting. I am manifesting as I've never manifested before. I am going to sell 5,555,000 copies of The Whimsical Gifts of Emma. This book will be made into a movie because the essence of what it is and how we all interconnect and what it can mean to help other people. I cannot wait for you to see this coming true. I'm telling you, my feather and all of my angels and guides, thank you so much. This book is for all of those who believe that there's something greater than us, and that believe that, you know what, fear can get you stuck. But once you start to believe in something else and you let go of that fear, anything is possible. The Whimsical Gifts of Emma is book one in the gift series. Why? Because that's a gift that I'm giving to everyone. I wanted you to know that there is also going to be a number two and a number three, and I cannot wait for you to read those as well. Right now, you can pick this up at Walmart, at books bookshop.org, as well as Books a Million, Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and there's many more. The ebook is going to be available through Kindle Unlimited, and it releases on Tuesday, November 18th, and I'm so excited because besides that, I am celebrating my birthday that Friday, and I'm going to be all over the place. I want to do another live here on YouTube because everyone who has bought this book and everyone who gets to read this book will see what the essence of it, and you'll see how it touches lives. And literally, it touched mine. And I'm telling you that those little coincidences, I believe it was not last year, but almost 2 years ago, I went to Florida. And in Florida, I had this wish. I wished, and I know I manifested it, but I wanted to get angel wings. And I actually was able to find them in Florida. Well, I purchased them. And then I heard that little whisper again that told me, you know what? That would make a perfect thing for you to give away as a gift for the people who buy your book and pre-order it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do because right now I have a giveaway going on through Goodreads. You can find it. Just search for the My Giveaways tab on Goodreads. Go to the most recent or more popular, and then scroll down to Romantasies, and you're gonna find the Whimsical Gifts of Emma there, and you're gonna be able to sign up because I'm giving away 3 signed print book copies. But not only that, it's gonna come in a box, and I'm going to either have a silver tone or a gold tone necklace. Hurry up because it ends on Monday. Monday is the last day that you can enter this giveaway. I have other little things in store, but as you can see, it's been a process just trying to market myself and just get my book and the word out there for this book. Hey, everyone, if you know anyone in Netflix or anyone in Hallmark who is interested in making a book to movie, this is your book. Tell everyone. I cannot wait for all of you to read it. Please, if you love this book and you have read it, leave a comment for it so others can know the beautiful story that it entails. And it'll help me because I'm the author, and it will help me get seen by more, and it will get pushed more to other audiences, people who might not have heard it, but because of all of the wonderful things that you're saying, people will see it. And I am truly blessed beyond what you can think because I've been so busy just trying to market this book and trying to get myself out there. I've been doing things that I normally wouldn't do because I believe in the story. I believe in the essence of it that we're not alone. And when you do ask for help, it is there. It will be there. And that's the essence of why I've been pushing so much for this book to get seen. And I cannot wait for you to read it. Thank you, everyone, for believing in the magic and supporting me. This story came from a dream that I had, and all the little nudges and all of the coincidences and the synchronicities that birthed this book. I hope Emma reminds you to trust in the divine and the little whispers that you will start to hear. I will probably be taking a break next month for the month of December because I am winding down and I have to get the other books out, and it's Christmas, so I'm going to take a vacation. I will probably see you back in January. Thank you so much for your support and for all the love that I've been receiving. For all of you who have pre-ordered my book, I'm going to have you fill out a Google form so you can enter your information and just show proof of the receipt that you purchased my book. And I'm going to enter everyone into winning a gift box from me, where you can get one of these little gold tones or silver tone necklaces as a thank you for pre-ordering my book. If you've enjoyed this, please click the follow button below, click that bell so you can get notified each time I post a new YouTube video for my podcast. But not only that, go follow my podcast on all streaming services. Give it a like. Tell your friends and family. Thank you so much. I'll catch you later.